The open world genre has become one of the most popular in gaming, and this generation has seen some truly incredible worlds to explore. Whether it's in random chaos, chilled out exploration, or the discovery of extensive stories, these are the best open world games of the generation. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Though Assassin's Creed Odyssey was a fun game, it could get bogged down with a lot of its leveling, gear grind, side quests, and random tasks. Assassin's Creed Valhalla streamlines a lot of this, providing better level scaling and progression via its perk tree. The open world design also encourages exploration and actually discovering world events with their own interesting stories and tasks. Red Dead Redemption 2. From its grand sweeping vistas to its emotional story and unforgettable characters, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a masterpiece in many ways. Its open-world design shares similarities to Grand Theft Auto V, particularly when it comes to hunting and meeting strangers, but there's so much more nuance involved. You can hijack stagecoaches, search for treasure, bond with the gang at camp, or partake in the numerous random events happening in the world. This also doesn't account for the sheer number of interesting secrets, houses, bandit camps, smoke signals, and so on to look out for. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Nintendo could have churned out another proper 3D Zelda title and satisfied fans, but Breath of the Wild does the unthinkable. It blows up the formula, providing a huge open world and the freedom to tackle it as one sees fit. Free the various beasts and complete the story quests, or just roam the landscape, scaling towers and completing shrines before storming Hyrule Castle. Great visuals and audio design aside, that sensation of something new around every corner, even on your second or third playthrough, makes The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild an endlessly endearing title. Cyberpunk 2077. Say what you want about the NPC density and role-playing mechanics, but Night City is a gorgeous-looking place, brimming with stuff to do and stories to get lost in. Hunting bounty targets, infiltrating dens of gangs with hacking or brute force, getting mixed up with different characters and building relationships, all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. The city's heritage and shady past manifest perfectly throughout its vertical design, and the attention to detail is simply superb. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. For as much as we can appreciate Night City, the sheer openness that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt offered remains a hallmark of the genre. As you explore different points of interest, treasure hunts, overpowered foes, monster nests, and random quests with their own extensive backstories emerge. Or perhaps you'll come across monster extermination quests, become embroiled in a twisted tale of love or two, and fight a bear with your fists. Each of these is backed by strong narration and writing, even if the follow the trail with your Witcher senses tasks can get a little tiring. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Between rumoured development troubles and missing content, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain story leaves a lot to be desired. Transitioning the series' stealth and action mechanics into a large open-world setting was one of its triumphs, though. It has some side quests, sure, but the real fun is in the sandbox, where players can experiment with numerous different approaches. Sneak in with a box and tranquilize enemies like the older games, then Fulton their remains back to base, or smuggle explosives into the enemy's camp and detonate it from the inside. The maps open up extensively as the story progresses, offering more stuff to do and new tools for even more tactical shenanigans. Watch Dogs 2. Look, playing as any NPC in the city is cool and all, but Watch Dogs 2 is still the highlight of the franchise. Even if you didn't like Marcus and his dead-set crew, they still had some fun personalities and moments between them. The missions were designed well, the activities like privacy invasions opened up interesting stories, and you had extensive freedom to garner followers. It also didn't hurt that the San Francisco Bay Area was rendered in such immaculate detail, even with some bugs and issues here and there. Marvel's Spider-Man. From the gorgeous character models and animation work to the excellent level of detail and effects, Marvel's Spider-Man is a great-looking game. But its open world is arguably its best asset, full of interesting things to collect, challenges to complete, side missions to explore, and so on. A lot of these tasks may be considered open-world busy work, but thanks to the movement system and combat, one is actually motivated to stretch their legs and complete them. Earning all kinds of different suits and upgrades didn't hurt either. No Man's Sky. Its launch was more or less a disaster. This is pretty much accepted. Yet, Hello Games never gave up on No Man's Sky, adding free update after free update until it became one of the best exploration games out there. The sheer amount of content on offer is overwhelming at this point, whether you're exploring underwater, battling horrors in derelicts, unearthing mysterious ruins, crafting an enormous base, or discovering strange anomalies in space. There are no signs of Hello Games stopping anytime soon either. Ghost of Tsushima. The Akira Kurosawa aesthetic, gorgeous visuals and stellar characters belie just how amazing the world of Ghost of Tsushima really is. You can clear enemy locations, each facilitating numerous approaches on top of fighting with or without honor. But you can also meditate near scenic locations and compose haikus, reflect on Jin's internal struggles in hot springs, chase down legendary techniques and armor in unique tales, or engage in extensive storylines with your allies. Even if it doesn't overhaul the standard open-world formula, it does streamline and improve on it in several great ways. Death Stranding. Death Stranding could be considered the weirdest survival walking simulator third-person shooter use of celebrities in video games yet. Its world design is also fairly hard to categorize. You roam about, completing deliveries while managing resources and accruing likes, and invest in projects to build bridges and roads, sharing in the accomplishments with other players. There's this weird sense of community that bleeds into the game's focus on connections, whether you're returning another player's lost cargo or making random deliveries to hold up NPCs. There's an almost zen-like appeal to traversing the gorgeous vistas as low roar chimes in, timefall reigns, and BTs inevitably appear. Just Cause 3. In keeping with the don't fix what isn't broken approach, Avalanche Studios' Just Cause 3 is still all about chaos and destruction. But the larger world size and improvements to the grappling hook and parachute allow for mixing up your violence in numerous different ways. Random encounters, challenges, races, and collectible hunting are more fun as a result, and there's also a wide range of settlements to liberate, each with their own destructibles. Again, nothing revolutionary unless you count the sheer scale of the destruction at play. Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Yes, the story goes off the rails in the third act, and no, there aren't any huge forts to assail or orc armies to lead like in Shadow of War. But Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor is still an incredibly well-designed world. Mordor felt desolate, but full of activity with random beasts to hunt, camps to assail, or quests to partake in. The Nemesis system mixed things up all the more, providing different power struggles, stealth missions, and conflicts to engage in, all for the sake of reaching the Black Hand of Sauron. Horizon Zero Dawn. The fact that Guerrilla Games, known for the Killzone series, could craft something like Horizon Zero Dawn is an achievement unto itself. The lore is excellent and sets up numerous memorable locations, whether you're interacting with other tribes, venturing into the cauldrons, or platforming across the ruins of Gaia Prime. There's an extensive range of side quests, machines to hunt, each with their own unique mannerisms and mechanics, weapons to collect, and secrets to uncover. Each aspect of Horizon Zero Dawn may seem typical at first, but it all combines together for a seamless open-world experience. Far Cry 4. The success of Far Cry 3 can't be understated. It established the formula on which Far Cry 4 would be built, and translated the original's concept into an incredibly compelling open world. So while Far Cry 4 didn't fix anything that wasn't broken, it did expand on this all the more. Kyrat is an even more extensive place to explore with a gyrocopter, grappling hooks, and wingsuits for getting around. It still felt good to clear out camps and rescue hostages, but you could also die to honey badgers, fight in the arena, and become a mystical warrior in Shangri-La.
And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel.
We upload new videos daily, so make sure you don't miss them by subscribing. We appreciate your support and we thank you for checking us out.